What is up, everybody? Welcome into Philly Take with RB. It is your boy RB, and I am ready to run through a damn brick wall because the Sixers last night in the biggest game of the season go out on the road in Miami against a tough, gritty squad, and they somehow pull off a W. That is right. They go and make the playoff race a whole lot more interesting. They make a statement. They prove a lot of people wrong, but unfortunately today, they get hit with yet another big fine by the NBA, so they are in more trouble. We'll go over the details of that. We'll emphasize more about what last night meant for this squad, and we'll get into a bunch. But question of the day to Sixer Nation out there, with 5 games to go, where do you think this team is going to end up at the end of the season? Give me your thoughts and predictions down below. It is shaping up to be one of the best races in recent memory. So we'll talk about it all, but first, a word from our sponsor. Shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Southern New Hampshire University. It is 2024, and with a new year comes new goals. If one of your goals this year involves going to college, then I have the perfect opportunity for you. SNHU allows you to turn passion for sports into a degree with their online sports management program. You'll get to learn about the business and economics of sports management principles, and how to gather and analyze data. This degree can help you prepare for a career as an athletic director, sports information director, marketing manager, and even other exciting roles in the industry. You'll get to tap into SNHU's network of grads working in sports-related organizations. SNHU has one of the largest accredited nonprofit online degrees in the country. They are radically affordable, and their online tuition rates are some of the lowest in the nation. So go down to the description right now of this video, click the link, go to snhu.edu/PhillyTake to request free info about the program and start your new year off on the right path. Upon request, a real person will even hop on a call with you to discuss how the program can benefit you personally. Once again, check it out. Click the link down below, snhu.edu/PhillyTake. All right, man, let's jump into it. So, the news coming out a few hours ago, Charania reports that the NBA has fined the Philadelphia 76ers, this time $100,000 due to violating injury reporting rules regarding Joel Embiid playing against the Thunder back on Tuesday. As you all probably know, I was at the game and I was thrown for a loop. You know, an hour and a half before the game, they go and upgrade Joel Embiid from out, then they make him questionable, and then in like 5 minutes, they make him playing. So, yeah, man, I don't understand why the Sixers went the route that they did. I mean, were they trying to fool OKC? Were they trying to fool TNT? What was the point of doing that? I don't know. Did I expect them to get hit with another fine? Yes. Did I expect it to be $100K? Maybe. I forget what the first one was, maybe 50 or 75. But, you know, the NBA is always on the Sixers' tail, and whether it's this or, you know, tampering and taking away draft picks, whatever it is, the NBA always has their eyes locked on Philly, and that's just what it comes down to. So I knew they were going to get in trouble, but it almost feels like if they keep doing this or they keep making these types of decisions, that the NBA is just going to come down with harsher penalties. And again, I don't really understand why the Sixers did this. I don't understand what the benefit or the advantage was. But at the end of the day, I will take the fine. I don't care at all. Joel Embiid is back. This team looks more connective. They look like a different unit yet again. And we're starting to rekindle that fire from earlier in the season. We take a look at the updated standings. I asked, you know, where do you think the Sixers are going to finish? Well, guess what? They came out and they showed up in the biggest game of the season last night. This was a monumental win. Miami is no slouch. They are a good team. And I still think they're one of the more dangerous teams in the Eastern Conference. But now, after the win last night, the Sixers are now 18.5 back, just a half game back behind Miami, and then 1 game back behind Indiana. Keep in mind, the Pacers and the Heat both play tonight against the Thunder and Rockets. So, you know, they could lose more ground or gain some ground tonight. And then they end up playing each other. So they're going to probably knock one another back. But let's go in and look up a little bit. I mean, again, this is shaping up to be one of the best races we've seen. You have Orlando and the Knicks are tied right now. You have the Cavs, even the Bucks. The Bucks are only 4.5 above Indiana. So only 5 games ago, a lot could happen. It's going to be interesting. I've said all along, the Sixers need to try to get that number 6 seed. Last night was crucial in that journey. because if they can get the number 6 seed, then they can give Joel another 5 days of rest. He doesn't have to go out there in a 1-game play-in and, try to advance to the playoffs. And then if you lose, you have to play another 1 game in a win-or-go-home situation. Let's try to avoid that. Let's try to jump Miami and Indiana. And honestly, I think that would be huge. And if we go and look at the remaining schedules for each of these teams, shout out to my dude Jacob here on Twitter for putting it up from NBC Philly last night. Here are the remaining schedules. I mean, you have the Sixers. Look, we have a pretty fair schedule, man. Not too bad. Not too bad. Memphis, San Antonio, Detroit, Orlando, and Brooklyn. Now, Joel Embiid probably won't play one of the 2 this weekend because it is a back-to-back, but the Sixers should be able to handle business here. And with Miami and Indiana playing each other, that's going to hurt one of those teams. So I am excited. The Sixers have one of the easiest, or actually the easiest, as it says here, remaining schedule in the entire NBA. So with that win last night, even though it wasn't pretty at all times, it wasn't perfect, you got the job done, and it was a statement win for the 76ers team. Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey proved once again to be back as a duo. Tyrese with 37, 9, and 11, just missed a triple-double. Joel with 29, 4, and 3. Joel didn't necessarily play well down the stretch, but he just seemed to be back in his groove. I mean, he's adding floaters to his game and just a bunch of crazy stuff. I mean, the guy just keeps getting better. He is the MVP of the league for a reason. And Joel and Tyrese can absolutely scare somebody in the playoffs. After the game, Maxey was talking to the broadcast, and Joel Embiid went up to him and said, quote, "I was much better today. Imagine what we can do." And Tyrese Maxey responded with, "Yeah, come on now." So these guys are locked in. It seems like Joel finally has a lot of trust. He was deferring to Maxey early in this game. Maxey came out, had 8 points in the first 2 minutes of the game. It feels like Joel's very comfortable with Tyrese. And, even though he has had some bad games recently, he comes back after the injury and he drops 37 points. It is just absolutely fantastic. And in addition to these 2 guys, I don't just mean to nag on one player, but we saw that Tobias Harris cannot be in the starting lineup anymore, okay? I said this 2 nights ago on the live stream with DJ and Sean. I wanted to see what the iteration of Maxey, Lowry, Oubre, Batum, and Embiid looked like. I think that is the best option, the best combination for the Sixers lineup moving forward. And it was confirmed last night as the Sixers jumped out to a 17-2 lead at the beginning. They were incredible. The Sixers finished with a net rating of 26.5 plus points per 100 in the 34 possessions that the lineup played together. No, they don't have the best rebounding. No, they're not the best defensive, talented squad out there. I'm not saying the Sixers are the most talented team or they're going to win the championship automatically. Nothing like that. But what I am saying is that the lineup that we saw last night can help this team be a dark horse in the playoffs. We are at a time where there's finally a lot of parity. I think there could be a lot of upsets this year, and nobody is going to want to play the Sixers with this squad out there, with Joel, Tyrese, and Kelly Oubre leading the way. Tobias, I'm sorry. If I was the Sixers, if I was in charge, you would be coming off the bench for the rest of the season. Not because, again, not because you're so terrible at everything, but you don't have the defining fit with this team. You don't have that defining skill. I don't know, man. It just, when push came to shove, the 3 guys that we have seen show up showed up again. And, I just think Tobias would be better suited off the bench. So he's going to be out the next couple games, I believe. We'll see what this lineup can do. It wasn't a perfect win by any means. They collapsed multiple double-digit leads. Then the Miami Heat did the same thing. But one thing I've realized over the last 2 games is that the 76ers, now with Joel Embiid, finally have the ability to close out games again. It feels like they haven't been able to do that for 2.5 months. And the first 2 games that Joel Embiid comes back, the Sixers are down deep in the fourth quarter, and they find ways to win a game. It's just a different dynamic. This is a completely different unit. They have a different level of confidence. They play different. You could just see it with Joel Embiid. The defensive intensity rises by a lot. They're just different, man. They're locked in, and it feels like they're excited, almost like a kid on Christmas morning. Like, it just feels like a new life with this Sixers team. So, yeah, man, we will see what they can do. They absolutely need to try to get that number 6 seed. I got to give credit to Kelly Oubre, though, lastly, because, like I said, man, he keeps making winning plays, and I keep joking on Twitter. I think I've said it about 5 times in the last 5 days, but Kelly Oubre, if I was the Sixers, like, I would not even let him fly back without signing an extension. Now, again, I know I'm just being dramatic. I'm emphasizing it, but at the end of this season, you have to find a way to bring this guy back. He is everything that Philly represents, and he makes winning plays. This guy's on a minimum contract, a simple role player, and he is out there every fourth quarter playing like his life is on the line, literally. And he does more than Tobias Harris. Joel, Tyrese, and Kelly can be scary as a trio in the playoffs. You got to let Kelly slide into that role and let him do his thing, because that's what he's doing. He has earned every penny and more, and I hope the Sixers re-sign him at the end of the season. Here's the winning play, and really my favorite play from Kelly Oubre, a 3-point game with a minute and a half to go. He takes it away from Jimmy. He goes all the way down the floor, get out of my way, puts it in, and then flexes on him. That is Philly in a nutshell. Kelly Oubre is a winner. He has done it now for 4 straight fourth quarters. He's just a winning player, and I am happy that he is here with the 76ers, and he is going to be integral in this team's success down the stretch. So, yeah, he'll frustrate you sometimes. Yeah, the game wasn't perfect last night. There was a couple stretches where they lost the lead in 2 seconds. Got to clean a lot up, man. They have to improve a lot and fix a lot. But I like how this team is shaping up with Joel Embiid, and it seems like he's not missing a beat, like he's right back in action, and I'm excited to see what he can do. So give me all your thoughts down below in the comments section. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.